work to
But
try and wrap up. Are you actually trying to cut up that interview y'all did today
oh,
and
it
make
was
something out
horrible.
of it? No, it wasn't. It,
You found something?
yeah,
It was
easy.
more of him talking it.
Yeah,
That sounded odd.
easy.
I I feel like a pumpkin spice latte. That's how I feel like I look like a pumpkin spice latte with extra cold foam. Fall almost finished, y'all. The last of the orange. Star 106 hits. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Trapsy Tuesday. Good to have you in my company as always. I got to say thank you to those that make it possible. Thank you to Pinder Tile. Thank you to Seafowl. Cost right where membership definitely has its privileges. A Muffler World. Thank you to KFC and the Cleveland Clinic. All right. Good to have you all in my company as always. I got to say a big thank you, of course, to everybody locked and loaded 106.5 on the FM band. Thank you to everybody locked. Channel 976 is where you find us on cable. So, with that said, I got to say a pleasant good afternoon to all of the Family Islanders. Grand Bahama, I know you're locked and loaded. All right. And of course, I got to say a big thank you to everybody that follows us on social media. We're Star 106 and Natural Empress on, of course, Facebook. Speaking of the social media, make sure you definitely go onto the contest page and get your chance to go to the Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival happening November 12th over there in South Florida. All right, so Bahamas Air is going to take you there as well. All right, and we will definitely love to have you travel with us. All right, we're gonna have a good time over there in at the Miramar Park on November the 12th. So mark that one on your calendar. All right, let's get into it. It is a Tuesday, so y'all know what Tuesday is all about. Now, my general question for you guys is how we deal with hurt. All right. Um, just as they say, love can make you do some crazy things, I think hurt can also equally make you do some crazy things. Like, if we really were to think about it, a lot of people are sitting in the University of Yamakra based on hurt. You know what I mean? They're sitting there because, they've done something totally illegal based on their hurt. Somebody hurt them. So that's where, murder comes into play in a lot of cases. Hurt has driven them to hurt somebody who's hurt them. Um, and it goes on. Some people, because of hurt, they end up committing suicide. Um, but hurt can also make you do some really, really trapsy things. Case in point. So I was sent this screenshot of some people here in the 242 that put a congratulatory message in the newspaper. And I won't call the names, but the message simply says, I would like to say congratulations to fill in the blank female and fill in the blank male. They're expecting a baby. I hope you both are really in love and hope it works out. Always the person's wife name goes insert here. So, in other words, this young lady decided to put in the paper that her husband is having a baby with someone else. And she puts in the newspaper. I think this is a little different than somebody who just, side messages the new baby mama maybe and say, well, so yeah, then congratulations. I almost like to say you won. You know what I mean? You won. This is you. This what you strive for. Now you got what you want. So I'm saying to you, congratulations. I also know of a situation where a woman has done this, but it was genuine simply because by the time the baby became of quote unquote of age, she had volunteered her, I want to say, for lack of a better expression, her babysitting services. Now, she decided that she wasn't leaving her husband and she would help out with the child because, a child is born in my marriage. This our child is what her mindset is, right? But in this case, this congratulatory message is now publicly made. It's out there for everybody to see that you are congratulating this woman um, in a public forum, right? In the newspaper, and wishing and hoping, because the word says, hope you both are really in love, and I hope it works out. So that simply means, you know what, I ain't gonna be a part of this, right? And yeah, kudos, good luck to y'all. Y'all do you. But by putting this in the paper, right? My question to you guys is obviously, this is coming from a very scarred place. This is coming from a very dark place. She's obviously hurt, but does this make her look A, smart, or B, just look like this is a page out of the diary of an angry black woman? That is my question. All right. So hit me up. All right. I'm going to go to see what's happening on the streets real quick and give you time to think about this scenario. Um, yeah, hurt people hurt people. But in this case, this only shows hurt on one side because the person who's reading this, which would be, well, if I call the first name, it could be anybody, right? Tamisha. All right. Tamisha is the woman's name. All right. She puts, I won't say the husband's name. She puts, let's use Patrick as a name. Patrick's wife, love Patrick's wife, Tamisha. All right. Who looks hurt? And does this actually hurt the person who is reading this, the person who has brought forth this child? Y'all talk to me, all right? Let's find out what's happening traffic wise. I am the Sky Traffic Report, followed by more on a Trapsy Tuesday right here on the Star. Oh, glory be to God. Name the baby Hope. Now look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Yeah, put it right in the paper, hot off the press. No, Kevon, seriously, who this make look bad? Does this in any way, does this in any way point finger to the baby mama feeling some type of way? Like, is this supposed to make her feel some type of way? Is my question. Because here it is, you pick up, your newspaper of choice, right? And you see this message. I would like to say congratulations to blank and to Patrick. They're expecting a baby. Hope you both are really in love and hope it works out. The question is, right? So I can't tell you which paper. Why you like that? I said your newspaper of choice. You pick your paper. All right. But who does this make look bad? Because this is Trapsy. If you really was hoping that all was well and that y'all really in love, wouldn't you pick up the phone? Because that's one thing about a woman who's scorned. She finds a way to find out numbers. She can know where you work. She know where you live. She know who your family is. She know who your last man was. She know all of that. So y'all don't think this would have warranted a side message, a DM message, a trip to your job real quick, show up in the parking lot, the newspaper, y'all? Like, seriously? All right, I'm gonna read I'm gonna read your thingy, Keyvon, in a second. Let me just. Let me see. One I told y'all I was sleeping with. Say she's 3 months pregnant. She's tasting this first thing. All right, Keyvon said everyone look back. I'd be ashamed when my name in the paper for jury duty. Why, boy? You doing jury duty? Man, I weak. For real, right? So in other words, so you ain't answer me. Oh, okay. All right. So guess what? I can go in the paper. But how does make her look? Like how does this make the person who's making this public statement? How does this make her look? Because maybe if she worded differently, because that word hope, which we know, she don't hope nothing. She hope y'all mash up. That's where the hope come in. She hope y'all don't work out. So she could say bad hope, right? She's hoping the baby ain't healthy. Maybe not. She might be a really decent human being and know that the baby is not at fault. The baby didn't ask to be here. Speaking of which, talking about travel, Kevon, did you enter for the Grace Jamaican Jerk Festival flyaway? I listening to Usher. Y'all can't listen to it still. All right, here we go. I look like a pumpkin spice latte. Hey, that's how I feel. Star 106 hits. Yes, Confessions Part 2 right there. Usher. Um, can you imagine finding out that your significant other has got one on the way based on a newspaper article? Well, this one is different because this one is actually quite opposite. This is the wife of, this is the husband's wife putting in the paper and giving a congratulatory message to the sweetheart. Now, we've seen this happen quite recently, or something very, very reminiscent too. But my question to you guys is along the lines of hurt and how we deal with hurt. And this is the era in which everybody puts all of their business, they put all of their emotion, all of their feelings, all of their wins, never their losses on social media. But my question is when you put things like this publicly, what do you set out to achieve? Because in this case, sending a congratulatory message to um, this young lady and your husband. What do you plan? What's the motive? Do you think this is going to embarrass the young lady? That people are going to say, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know." Fill in the blank name here was messing with somebody's husband, or for people who didn't know who she was pregnant for, you're making them aware that she's a home wrecker. Like, what is the motive why somebody would go to the local daily to take out an ad? I mean, because this is an ad, this costs money, right? To try to embarrass, because I guess that's what it would be. Let me read some of these comments real quick. This one says, I ain't need no one putting restraining orders on me or bounding me over the peace and calling the po-po. I still want to travel at the end of the day. Let me purchase one $50 ad and call it hope. Say what now? Restrict. Oh, me. Okay, so you're meaning going to the person and taking out your frustration is definitely not the way to go. AJ says, "What if you put your business? What if you put your business out there, then get back with the person?" Ooh, I didn't even want to read no further because that is always a possibility. I know of a wife who did exactly that. It was very public. She made her dismay very, very public. And like I said, ended up back with her husband and keeping the baby on the weekends. So who looks bad in the end? All right, AJ goes on to say, since the whole world knows your history, everyone looking at you judgmentally. Look how she took that cheetah back. Look how he and his wife, look how he wife that garden tool. Yeah. So again, when you decide that you are going to wear your feelings on the sleeve, and when I say on the sleeve, you put things on social media, you put things, of course, on in the newspaper, you know, who looks bad in the end? So the question is, how can we channel our energies differently when we are hurt? So my question to you guys, how do you do it? All right, because always is each one teach one. You saying how you would deal with this. So, again, not everybody has the gift of goodbye, but how would you deal with it when you find out that your significant other is or has fathered and to the ladies or vice versa, right? How would you deal with it? AJ says, doesn't the newspaper have standards as to what they allow people to post? The age of the is over. Sometimes something should not make it to the paper if you're trying to uphold a certain standard of your paper. Good point, AJ. Very, very, very good point. But again, sometimes even with TV, you can buy your time on TV if it's not against the law. If whatever you're publicizing is within the law, then I mean, at the end of the day, most people will take your coins. All right. Kivon says, leave and cleave. Now, again, the question is, how do you deal with hurt? Are you one of those persons that just simply internalizes, you go out and you make every day a great day? All right. Are you one to make a public scene? Like in this particular situation, this was a very neat way of making a public scene versus possibly going to the girl job, going to a family house. We've seen videos in the very recent past where going to somebody's house is not necessarily advisable. All right. You know what you're going to buck up on is like a box of chocolate. You know what you're going to get. Right. So going to somebody's house is never, ever, ever, ever the right thing to do. But what is the right way? If there is a right and a wrong way of how you deal with hurt in situations like this, because at the end of the day, we've all gone through some level of hurt in a relationship. Relationships are work, marriages are work. You are going to get hurt at some point. You're going to get your feelings trampled on. You're going to be in your feelings, something. All right. Um, how do you deal, Manawi? How do you deal with hurt? Now, I think The major question in all of this is, do you really believe that people, men in particular, but I can't say men in particular because a lot of women out there, boy, you always embarrass me, when it comes to being faithful. Do you think our expectations, look who walk in, come on, come. I've been missing a minute, you've been missing. I gotta show, Biscuit real quick what we're discussing because this one
Oh,
is
it's
is
pregnant. Okay.
not of the norm, all right, with how people deal with hurt. It just is personally, I think immature people take to social media or public sources to try to discredit, of course, try to discredit someone. One like me, I want to punch a bunch of strangers in my business when I was younger. That was something. As a grown, mature person now, when I see you talking or taking it to a public forum to discuss the challenges we have in our relationship, I exit stage left basically, because then that means it ain't a you and I relationship anymore. The whole Nassau, I want to say the whole world is now in our relationship. I got to play Confessions Part 1 in the meantime, because at the end of the day, what a way to deal with your hurt. All right, so look at this. I show it to Biscuit. Y'all hear she laugh?
Why? Gotta keep your business. Don't keep. Gotta keep your business at home.
Yeah, but have you? I can tell ask you on there. Like hurt, hurt makes people do, like they say, love
I
make you do crazy
know.
things. Hurt does the very same thing that love does. It makes you do crazy things.
Yeah.
Hurt has caused so many of our men and women to be incarcerated. They were hurt why they murdered that person. They were
Yeah.
hurt why they inflicted some kind of pain or injury to that person. They were hurt why it is they did certain heinous crimes,
I
right?
I know. I guess, but I don't think that you should use that as an excuse to do those things, though. Like
Right.
to hurt, to actually like physically murder or
But why
injure
you think a lot
someone.
of men in jail right now? They
I
was hurt.
I
They
know.
come, they see you on or man on top of you, or they pull up on the scene and you get caught red-handed. They're hurt. Their ego is crushed,
Yeah.
right? So guess what? The same hurt I feel, I can make sure you feel that.
I
So I can
get
f
that.
you up.
I mean, like when I was younger, I did stupidness like that, but I've learned that,
You ain't
like
you ain't do stupidness like that.
I
You
mean,
ain't
oh,
kill
no,
nobody.
not like that.
Yeah,
Not
let me
kill or
clarify that
injure
real
people.
right.
No, no.
No, let me just clarify
I
this
am
for a
not a
real person.
murderer.
Right? No, 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 not this kid.
No,
No, not at all.
no,
Not at all.
no. But like, because like you learn that some of those actions that you made, and like I guess like in the heat of the moment.
Right, but that's what it is. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
It's the heat of the moment. Let me take this off. Star 106 hits. Welcome back. Free your mind. We're gonna take a quick break right here. Biscuit is now in the mix. A lot of people, tend to take their hurt out on social media. And I guess that is what this era is about, this generation is about. And I just want to kind of get a clearer understanding as to how does it help or how does it hurt. We'll be right back. Smart Boys is how does it help when everybody's going to give you
I mean, I guess you could get that comfort that other people are comforting you or they're on your side. Like you get that satisfaction, but then at the
right,
same,
cussing out somebody is give you satisfaction.
I mean,
Slashing somebody tires give you satisfaction. Busting the windows out your car
yeah,
could give you satisfaction.
yeah. I think you have to find some form of positive way to get
I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, putting it in the paper. I'm just trying to understand
I
how does it help? Now everybody know? Or
I
is
feel
it that you trying to make the girl look bad because now she could be considered a home wrecker?
I mean that too. Like you probably want to make her feel bad, and then you want people because like some people have like small, well not small egos, but like when
Say,
their
say,
feelings
say,
hurt.
say, biscuit, calm, cool, but dangerous. Y'all don't mind a little sweet voice. Star 106, it's welcome back. Free your mind on a Trapsy Tuesday. So we have a situation where a wife has taken to not social media, but to the daily. Right, this ain't happened today, y'all. So y'all don't go looking in today's paper trying to find it. All right. I made sure I saved this for that same reason. Right. Where a young lady has gone to the daily to announce, because she wasn't nasty about it. She was very cool and calm about this congratulatory message to a mistress and her husband. She's quoted that they're having a baby, and I hope that you guys are really in love, and I hope it works out. Now, what do you get from that? Do you get, I'm happy for you guys, and I hope it works out for real? Or do you get, like, I'm just putting you out there just so everybody could see
I
you is a homewrecker?
She probably putting them on blast. Like those people who's like cuss you out like in the most
Diplomatic
polite,
way.
yeah, the most diplomatic and polite way with a nice smile, and people think, oh, like oh, she's being very mature. No, she's not.
No, no, no maturity there. I'm
Especially when
putting
you
you out
put
there.
from Patrick's wife.
Yeah, exactly. So now
there's
everybody knows.
there's no good intentions
None
behind it.
whatsoever.
No,
AJ says, and nobody who shares their business on social media shares their wrong. They always
that's
share
true.
the wrong they think that you are. They don't discuss the events that lead up to it, just the results. They say he or she left me for another woman or man, but I never hear because I didn't give them no time. I kept arguing with them. I kept cussing them out. We're just supposed to assume they left for no reason and that you are the victim. My goodness gracious. That is so true. But we've
Mhm.
learned and we know for a fact that there's always three sides to a story, right? But I find when people go to social media, it's always play the victim.
Yeah,
It's I'm trying to garner all of this
yeah.
support.
Pity me, comfort me, take my side.
Right.
They did this. They're the bad guy, not me.
Kivon says the intention is to get more views
Mm-hmm.
on your ad than pages three of, I wouldn't even call the name of that paper, but yeah. All right. Now, again, how do you personally deal with hurt? If a situation like this was to arise, God forbid, how would you deal with it? So you find out that your boo having a baby with another um, um, female, right? What do you do? And be honest. If you're gonna slash the tires, tell me. All right. If you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna wet him one in his face, one slap on the right cheek, tell me that too. But how would you deal? You're not in the situation, so you could say whatever. But what comes to mind? Because you may not react that way, right? And I'm asking you guys the same question. If this were you, and guys, this is you too, all right? What would you do? Now, are you? Let's say you find out that they're having dinner at your favorite restaurant. Somebody snitched and told you that they fill in the blank sitting at your favorite spot.
Oh God.
What do you do? Yeah,
Hmm.
you want me to tell you what I would do?
What would you do?
I would walk over and take a seat.
Yeah, that
I
is
can sit
you.
down.
I can see you doing that.
You can see me doing that, right?
Yeah.
See, and I can scoot you over too, right? I can sit on your side, right? I'm gonna sit on your side, and I'm gonna ask you politely to move over to
Mhm.
accommodate me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sit there and say, "What we drinking?
What we having tonight? What we eating? What's on
What
the
are we
menu?
eating?" See, right? So say, I can see you doing that, right? That's what I would do. What would you do?
Oh gosh.
I'm not gonna, and by doing that, that's
Hmm.
not gonna create a scene.
No.
I'm gonna make sure that everybody feel uncomfortable, right? I'm not getting loud. I'm
Mm-mm.
not,
You're just there.
slapping anyone.
Your
I'm gonna sit there
presence.
and ask for the menu. Let me borrow this. I'm gonna borrow her menu, and I say, "What you having?" and I'm gonna make sure that know all us eat good that evening. That's what I
Oh
would do.
gosh, I honestly don't know what. Like my mom always tells me that I'm the person
Yeah, what would
who
we say?
she always calls me the silent storm. She
Ooh,
says
you don't say. I get that. I get that energy from you for real, for
she
real.
because like she says like even like when I used to fight with my sister, like I never attack front on. I always
Get you
do.
from behind.
Yeah.
You dangerous.
Like
You
like
dangerous.
I'll leave something in like in her shoes or like something of hers will just go missing.
See, you them type that you sit and you plan
I
your next
am.
move.
I am. I don't like I don't like frontal assaults. I don't like
So you would. So you wait. You let some time
wait for the perfect moment.
pass. See you one of the, no. See you dangerous. No, see that's dangerous. You sit down and you connivingly figure out what your next move is. That's crazy. That's borderline cray cray. You know that, right?
I know.
For you to sit there and wait for some time to pass, that's borderline cray cray.
Cause
What y'all say?
cause God make you feel like you got
All is
away
well.
with it. God make you feel like you got away with it, and then just pull that rug right from underneath you at the right time.
No. All right. So AJ says, imagine posting something about your ex on social media or in the paper, and the
Mm,
ex in question sues you for defamation of character, or you
boom.
find pictures circulated on social media for libel. Okay. So AJ, let me just tell you something real quick. If you are referring to the Bahamas,
You ain't get
nothing
to-
happening.
No,
Straight up. I've been in that
no.
position, right? Not where this scenario presents itself. Nothing like this, right? And I went to several lawyers, and there was absolutely nothing you could do in this country. Absolutely nada. You have to prove where, and let me see if I can remember exactly what the lawyer told me. You have to prove where this now has cost you your income,
Mm-hmm.
all right, or your sanity.
Oh.
Yeah. Now I could play cray cray. I could have pulled it off if I really, really, really needed to, right? But to know that those laws don't really stand
No,
here in the country, um, yeah,
we're
I wouldn't
different. We're
bank
a
on it.
different place.
Yeah, you would have to be in foreign somewhere where you could, oh my God, I'm suing for libel, or
No,
yeah, the Bahamas, nah, ain't nothing
no.
happening. All right. This one says the ex gotta have money for that first. Yeah, to sue. That's true too, Kevon. But like I
Mm,
said, unfortunately, nothing happens here because if that were the case, and I want y'all to think about it, the paper that is no longer couldn't stand. That wouldn't have made another dollar if we were all able to, for those of us who have been victims of that paper,
mm,
right? If we were able to sue, then we all would have sued.
yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
All right. There's been wanted posters circulating around social media recently with people being wanted for libel. Mm, okay. All right. Well, maybe things are changing. Let me know if anything ever comes
I
out
mean,
of them.
could depend on who is making the charge. Like people with money.
Right. Right. See, they just don't know what came out of them. That's my point. All right.
Mhm.
Libel. Good luck. Good luck.
Have
So y'all
fun.
still are evading the question. How do you guys deal with hurt? And what would you do if this was your reality where, you find out that, your boo having a baby with somebody else? Like, what do you do? Are you going to try to make a public spectacle of the
No.
person? Or does that backfire? Does this make you look?
I feel like it might. Like, I feel like there's a possibility that it will backfire on you in some kind of way because again, it's your business as well that you're throwing out
Right. And
there.
you also making people aware that your quote unquote relationship is sinking,
Mm-hmm.
has failed, is failing, when possibly nobody even knew?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to jump ahead by letting people know that it's failing because now this woman gonna be walking around telling people she
Uh,
have a baby for your husband?
I still feel like it's gonna backfire on you in some form of negative way, because like when you post it up there, that means people, like, you have some super nosy people who like to
But you can't
investigate.
call him nosy.
I know,
You
because
put it out
that's
there.
true, because again, you put it out there, so you're giving them, so here, go forth and investigate and dig deeper into this. And then you'll have other people who, like, who probably know things, then they'll bring that out into light. Like, again,
Some things that you
you
didn't
do
plan to
not
come out.
know who, like, and sometimes your friend might not be your friend.
Ooh,
And then sometimes people who know
right.
things might soon suddenly like reveal some information that you don't want to be revealed. So I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like when you bring your business out there, be prepared for other
Things to come
parts
out.
to come out from that.
You ever see one roach come out,
The
all of the pack come out?
yeah, the whole nest.
The whole nest. In fact, turn off the light and turn it on. When you see one, you're gonna see all. So don't feel like when you bring out this one piece of information that it's gonna stop there.
No.
So I'm really weary about social media,
Yeah.
and the way people put their hurts more than their triumphs on social media.
Yeah.
People tend to, I mean, I know what definitely wins our attention. It's always negative.
Yeah.
It's always trapsiness, is all of those
Trappy,
things,
trapsy and drama.
and drama,
Yeah.
right? But when it comes to celebrating wins, we're not necessarily,
No.
interested. And I think we need to change our mindset when it comes to that. AJ says, how do I deal with hurt? I go to the beach, clear my mind, and I allow myself to find some peace. The beach has a way of bringing peace to our souls, or to the soul. All right.
Oh,
Is the
that's
beach good for you?
nice.
Like the sound of the ocean crashing on the rocks? Does it do something for you?
I mean,
No, it
it's
don't.
no.
No, the beach don't work for
I
you.
hardly go to the beach like that. But like I like the view. Like when you get a good view of like, the water, the sand, like a nice good clear day, then yeah, it's nice to look at.
But it
But
don't do nothing for you.
no.
How do you channel, or how do you get rid of hurt? Do you clean like some people? Oh my goodness, when you see them cleaning and they tearing everything out of the closet, yeah, they mad, they hurt.
Oh, my sister, she does that. She cleans. Like when you see her go into full cleaning mode, you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
something ain't right. Right.
Uh,
So the
I
beach,
either I
some
either
people drink,
listen.
some people smoke, some people, all these different vices. But generally, do you think this now generation, they find solace in social media? And that's the way to deal with hurt, and yeah, putting it out for everybody to form an
Yeah.
opinion. Keyvon says angry music to scream and sad songs to cry. Wow.
I know I listen to music too. And I also I play games too. So like gaming is like sort of my
What kind of
miss.
games? You mean like sit there and play games?
Yeah.
For true?
Yeah, I like it's a nice form of escape, relaxation, or like to release like stress and frustration. So
Games.
yeah.
Wow. That's different. That's different. This one says you don't even have to go in the water, but sometimes it makes a lot of difference to take yourself out of the situation and accept that it happens. You
Mhm.
can't do anything about it. Some things take longer to heal, but we squeeze harder on it than to let go. Yeah. Fighting games to take out aggression. That's the kind of games you play? Those fighting shooting games?
I used
I'll shoot 'em
to.
up games.
I'm now into like more adventure type games now.
And that
I
one,
feel like there's still like, like you still slay things when you're out there exploring. So
oh wow. Oh wow. Folks, my word to you, think twice before you hit social media or
Mhm.
your daily. All right.
Yes.
That about does it for me. Of course, top of the hour, 5 o'clock. We're getting ready for it. It's Tuesday. So I think we're going to take it easy on a Tuesday. You drive at 5 at the top of the hour right here on the Star.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Baha.
Ooh, sounds horrible.
I think also TikTok probably kicks like kick started that whole put everything. I mean,
I
well,
don't get it.
Instagram was Instagram started, but I feel like with like um the epidemic, and then TikTok like came like right in there, and so everyone was just posting almost everything on TikTok. If you go on TikTok now, you see that some people will post every
Put
single thing,
everything.
everything.
But
It's
that's
like
what I'm
y'all
asking.
getting too bold on this app.
Is it this generation?
Could be.
Cause it ain't
Because
right.
because like it's all about like influencers and like the views and subscribers and all that stuff, trying to get like that, was it like your 15 minutes of
Of fame.
fame. Yeah,
Wow.
I think it's
All right.
good.
Well, there you have it. The woman put it out there. And
Yeah.
then, like I said, you don't look good when Instagram is only to show off what food you eat. Man, I be. Then some people get in situations out of hurt. You know how many babies are born from hurt? Real talk.
Yeah.
And you know how much people dead from hurt too?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. See y'all top of the hour.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.